Okay, so here's number 17. It's just like the one we just did a second ago, number 16. This time you have one more factor though in the denominator, and it matches, so that makes it just a little bit different. So on the bottom you have x minus 2 times x minus 2 times x plus 4 for your factors. And what you have to do is if you have the same factor repeated, you have to repeat each one in the sum, each version of it. So if you have x minus 2 squared, you have to include x minus 2 to the second power, and then you also have to include x minus 2 to the first power. If it had been cubed, you would have had to include x minus 2 to the third, x minus 2 to the second, and x minus 2 to the first. So you'd have an A, B, and a C. Hopefully that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we'll rewrite it. So we have x minus 2, then we'll have x minus 2 squared, and then we'll have x plus 4 as our possible factors. So A goes over the first one, B goes over the second one, and C goes over the third one. And when we put all three of those together, you get x plus 1 over x minus 2 squared times x plus 4. Okay, from here you're just going to multiply everything by the denominator of x minus 2 squared times x plus 4. So, in other words, you're just x minus 2 squared times x plus 4 times everything. So you multiply it here and here and here, and then just cancel whatever cancels out. So these are going to cancel out and so on. Hopefully that makes sense. So for the first part, if we're multiplying by x minus 2 times x minus 2 times x plus 4 on the top, x minus 2 is going to cancel out one of the x minus 2's, but you're still going to have one left over. So you're going to have x plus 4 times x minus 2 times a for that first term. For the second term, both of the x minus 2's are going to cancel out, but you're going to be left with an x plus 4 times b. Whoa. Let's go back. Okay. And then for that third one, you have both x minus 2's left over. So you have x minus 2 squared times c. The x plus 4's are going to cancel. And that all of that equals x plus 1. So from here is where you're going to start substituting. And so it looks like the easiest numbers to substitute here are -4 and +2. And then you're going to have to do one more substitution because you have 3 unknowns. So -4 will give you one solution, +2 will give you another solution, then we'll have to just pick a number for x to get our third number, which we'll talk about more when we get there. So first of all, let's let x equal 2. So if x equals 2, if we do 2 minus 2, it's going to be 0. And so 0 in this whole thing is going to cancel out, so we don't even need to worry about it. So if we let x equal 2 in the second one, 2 plus 4 is 6, so we get 6b. And then x equal 2 on the second one, 2 minus 2, same thing, it's going to drop out, so we don't need that c at all. And then 2 plus 1 in the end. So 6b equals 3, or b equals 1/2. And we can go up to the top and say that b equals 1/2 there. Okay, then we're going to let x equal -4. So if x is equal to -4, again, for a, you can see that it's just going to cancel out because it's going to be equal to 0. Same thing with b. If we let x equal -4, b is going to cancel out as well. The only place that it's not going to cancel out is c. When we let -4 minus 2 quantity squared times c equals -4 plus 1. -4 minus 2 gives us -6, and -6 squared is 36. So 36c equals -3, and divide both sides by 36, you get c is equal to -1/12. So we know that c is -1/12. So now we have b and c, we just have to figure out what a is. And in order to figure out what a is, we need to let x equal something else, something that we haven't used yet. We've used 2 and we've used -4. I find a lot of times when you're just picking values, 0 is always a nice number to use. So if I let x equal 0 and just plug that in, 0 plus 4, 0 minus 2 is going to give me 4 times negative 2 times a. 0 plus 4 is 4, so 4b. And then 0 minus 2, quantity squared. Negative 2 squared is going to be positive 4 again. Well, let's just write it like that. Negative 2 squared times c equals 0 plus 1. Okay, so 4 times negative 2 is negative 8a plus 4b. Negative 2 squared is positive 4, so plus 4c equals 1. Now we go back. We know that b is equal to 1/2, and we know that c is equal to negative 1/12. So 4 times 1/2, let's just kind of write that in there. I'm going to have to erase this that I wrote in here so that the rest of my drawing will show up. So negative 8 times a, 4 times 1/2 is 2. 4 times negative 1/12 is negative 1/3, and that is equal to 1. So we just need to solve this. I like to add the fraction first, so 1 plus 1/3 is going to give me 1 1/3, and then we need to subtract 2. So if I have 1 1/3 and I subtract 2 from that, I'm going to go negative, and it's going to be negative 2/3. So negative 8a equals negative 2/3. Divide both sides by 8, negative 8. So a is going to equal positive 1/12, because negative 2/3 times negative 1/8 gives me positive 1/12. So the solution is going to look like this. 1/12 over x minus 2 plus 1/2 over x minus 2 squared plus negative 1/12 over x plus 4. Hopefully that makes sense.